All right, stop.
Pick yourself up with Ride Rent a e-bike today and take advantage of the smartest and coolest way to get around. Rental starting for only $30 per hour and less than $100 EC per day. Zip through traffic, save money, and look awesome doing it. Check us out at the Esplanade Mall today. Visit us online at ridersebike.com or give us a call at 473-422-1011. Your wallet and the planet will thank you. Ride Rent a e-bike.
Today. Located inside Rider Excursion at the Esplanade Mall, we handle both small and large orders with speed and precision. For fast, quality t-shirt printing, call Instaprint at 473-422-1011. Get your perfect print today at Instaprint. Printing done in an instant.
Yeah. Right along live. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to Monday on the ride. Yeah. As we continue with this conversation, guys, we are committed to keeping you updated, informed about all that's happening in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, disaster zone. And we're going to tell you all that's happening, all that transpired over the past couple of days, and where we are right now. In fact, we have Rina Mills that's going to be chatting with us from Carriacou. And there are so much people right now that been through this thing that have been so traumatized just by the thought that, 1 minute they had a roof over their head, they had all this stuff in their house, they had a job to go to in the day. The next minute, none of that. Right? So we're going to talk and get some reality check on what's happening on the ground and what transpired on that day. We all remember it was exactly 1 week ago from today, last Monday, when we heard the news, the storm, it crept up on us pretty quickly, right? It crept up on us pretty quickly. And at the end of it, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Union Island, Canawan got the worst end of it, right? So guys, follow us right now, follow us. Let me do it as well. Like I said, we do have Rina Mills who's going to be chatting with us. She have been traveling all over Carriacou and Petit Martinique and keeping the whole world updated as to what's happening. Right? So Rina Mills is going to be joining us shortly. Let me follow us. Tag some folks on the YouTube channel as well. Come in and share, so the whole world would understand what's happening. Today, guys, we all are on the front line, including myself. We are all on the front line. And it's not only, it's Carriacou that's feeling it. We have people from around the world, around the diaspora, that's feeling the pain as well. So guys, follow us, everybody. Follow us. Let's have this conversation right here. Let's bring the world up to speed. And there are some myths as well that have been circulating. We're going to deal with that, including all the other things that we have to deal with. Jennifer Lawrence, thank you so much. Follow us, guys. Follow us. Very easy. Follow us. Let me do it here. There we go. All right. Good evening to you. Doris, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. The folks in Canada, thank you so much for watching and sharing as well. Guys, we're going to go straight into it. As I said earlier, it was about 1 week ago, exactly 1 week ago, we got the news that Hurricane Beryl, 2 days before a week actually, Hurricane Beryl was making its way and expected to make landfall the eye or on the sister isle of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. At about this time, the folks in Carriacou started to get or feel the brunt of the storm. Rina Mills, who was there during the time of Ivan in Grenada, when Ivan hit Grenada 20 years ago in 2004, she witnessed Ivan and she was able to witness this one. The Ivan she witnessed on the mainland of Grenada. This one in her hometown in Carriacou. Let's bring in Rina Mills on to chat with us quickly to give us an update on the hurricane and the aftermath of the hurricane. Rina, are you there?
I am here, Junior. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to your viewers. Right along.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rina. Rina, first of all, I have to tell you, I can't start to feel or try to imagine the pain that you went through. You are someone that we look up to in the diaspora for all updates and everything Carriacou and Petit Martinique. You are the voice of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. You love Carriacou and Petit Martinique dearly. How are you doing now, Rina, 1 week after the aftermath of all of this terrifying devastation?
Basically, I am thanking God for sparing my life. I know that you mentioned last week around this time, but around this time last week, basically, we were just going around the island trying to remove debris from different roads. So Beryl basically it started early the morning. We started getting some force winds, and by after 10 that morning, we began to get hurricane force winds. After 11, then came the eye, and after that, it was the monster. It was the worst part. Right now, it's a lot. I mean, basically, it's just trying to cope with everything. Let me just tell you my day, and you may understand. So this morning I got up just around 6. Of course, my house fell during the hurricane, so I'm staying by my brother at this moment. Came over by the house because we had a very, very rainy day yesterday into last night. So all the stuff that we were able to salvage, all the clothes washed, some we were able to put them away areas, and then came the rain, so it all flooded out again.
Wow.
So came across, tried to get some of that done, and then I had to pick up someone from CTO Caribbean Tourism Organization and the OECS, them around the island basically to visit the tourism properties, drop them off by the boat for 5 p.m. Then I went to drop off some supplies to some of the stakeholders who indicated they wanted some water. Then speeded to come up to Bel Air to conduct this interview for 6 o'clock. So in that, I'm saying I haven't eaten for the day.
Wow.
It's a lot happening, and it's similar situation with everybody on the island. It's very, very hard coping, but bit by bit, day by day, we will get through it with God's grace.
Yes. Rina, I want you to relive those time with us, right? Because as you rightfully said, it was in the early morning period. Around this time, everything would have subsided a bit, and we were looking at the aftermath, and everyone was shocked to see, well, not shocked because we couldn't see anything. We couldn't get in contact with anybody in Carriacou. So let's go back a little bit, right? And as best as you could, try to explain to us what happened on that Monday morning. Tell us what transpired about what time and what happened from your perspective and where you were at.
Okay, so of course, when we heard that the hurricane was coming, I've been following it throughout, so I knew it was going to be devastating. As you indicated before, I experienced Ivan in Grenada, which was like a category 3-4. And when I heard this one was going to be a 4, I knew it was going to be devastated. So we went across by my brother who has a concrete roof, because I know during Ivan, the roof went where I was in St. George's, part of the house when the roof went. We were able to shelter under the house. And then while the eye was passing, we went to the neighbor for shelter. So I'm like, this time it's not going to happen. So I went across by my brother, all of us, my sisters, everyone. because he has the concrete roof. So we thought we knew we were going to be safe across there. We
Right.
got up the morning, we looked outside, we started getting experience of, we started experiencing storm force winds. So the wind started coming. It was raining a bit as well. And throughout the morning, that's how it was. Not until about after 10, 11 there. Man, I went through Ivan, the winds that we got. I can
Uh-huh.
tell you that was not a category 4 hurricane. It was, I'm not sure if there is 7 or 8, but
What?
that was not a hurricane. Listen, we were in that concrete house, huh?
Uh-huh.
And of course, I thought for a moment, I keep asking my brother, is the roof going to fall in? Is it going to cave in? I mean, is it going to fall apart? Because the wind was hitting very, very hard. Then when the wind couldn't take the roof, then you know what it did? It went with the windows. So we started hearing glasses. The glass windows started popping.
Uh-huh.
And when it popped, then all the wind just came into the house. And then, well, everything just turned how I started. The rain started coming in, the wind started coming in, everything started blowing. Now we were inside the bedroom. All of us, we had to go inside this small area
Uh-huh.
and just wait it out. We were there and we were praying. I remember my nephew girlfriend, she has a baby and she was there and she started praying and she opened the Bible. And when I saw that, I was like, let's pray, let's pray, let's pray. And we were just praying right through. That's after the second part. The first part of it, it was not that bad. When we came out, when the eye was passing, we looked out because we know we shouldn't go outside. We
Right.
looked out and we saw it was a bit calm. I remember my uncle and his wife, they thought it was over. They were going on to visit friends, and we were like, "No, go back home, go back home." That's just the first part of it, and they ran back home. And he told me by the time he got inside the house, then came the second part. Thankfully, his life was safe. Listen, this was very catastrophic, and God saved or it spared our lives. And
Wow.
that is why we have to give God thanks. It was terrible. Listening to the stories of different people who went through it, someone who was in one of the shelter at Dover School, he said that while they were there, the roof went. So there were some people in the area, obviously, that did not take the warning seriously.
Right.
By the time they were able to run to get some of the older people, bring them in the shelter, then the roof went. While the roof was going, they said, okay, well, they have to get out. They have to get out because they were falling inside there. By the time they ran out to by the nearby house
Uh-huh.
for shelter, then came a container flying across, a 40-footer container, and fell on Dover Government School. Had they been there, you know that
Oh my
they
God.
would have been gone.
The 40-foot
Yes.
container fell on top of the school?
Yes, it fell on top of the school in Belly as well. I'm not sure how many people know the road going to the hospital. There was another one that was there and fell on the road leading to Hillsborough, Lower Belly.
Yeah.
Another 40-footer container. I mean, if when you're driving around and you look at the different containers, look at how vehicles flip, look at the many roofs that are on the ground, then you would understand. Me telling you about this now, it is nothing close to what you would see when you get here. People would tell you that from Grenada and other places, they see the videos, they see the pictures, obviously, but when they get here, it's a different thing that they're seeing, and it's a different feeling.
Wow. So but when you and your family members was in that house and the window broke and everything started to scatter all over the place, you guys was able to rescue in a room, you said? Were you able to stay there for the rest of the storm?
Yeah, we were just inside there and praying and praying and praying because it was very frightening. My niece, she's 12 years old. She was there and she just started bawling. And, we had to be trying to comfort her. My sister-in-law, she suffers with asthma. So she started getting attacks and we have to, where's the pump? Where's the pump? And try to keep her there because we were like, we cannot leave here. No, we cannot go to the hospital. So it was very, very frightening, Junior. I've never experienced something like that, and I would not want to experience this in my entire life again.
Wow. Guys, in case you just joined us, we're speaking to Rina Mills. She was there, ground zero to Hurricane Beryl in Carriacou. And she expressing that I mean, there was reports that this was a category 4. I spoke to a professional that was on there. In fact, Jonathan, who were there with the chasing, he said, listen, I've witnessed category 4 hurricane, but this was certainly not a category 4. This was definitely a category 5.
Oh, someone told you that?
Yeah, Jonathan from WX Chasing. He said
Ah, yes.
he said that it
Ah,
was definitely. I mean, said if there's anyone who knows category hurricane, it would be him. And what passed you carried through was
uh-huh.
absolutely certainly not a category 4. It was more like a category 5. And category 5
Yeah,
is the highest that it would possibly go.
yeah.
So you felt the same way. It
Maybe
was
there is a
much more.
category 7 or 12.
Okay. Oh wow. So Rina, you guys were able to stay in place right there. And did anything happen to the house? Did any part of the house fall apart? Did the roof cave in? Anything happen while you guys was in that room?
No, thank God. Well, the roof, of course, is concrete, so we were a bit scared it was going to cave in, but thank God it did not. But all the windows popped, so obviously the wind was gushing in. Some of the part of the partitions are wooden, so all that fell inside the kitchen again. All the cups, the glass, the plates, everything fell
Wow.
and break, and everything was just flying inside the house. It was like crazy. So we just had to stay inside that small room there and just wait it out and just keep praying to God. Keep praying to God. God, you're above. You do not give us more than we can bear. Just save our lives. Just save us and take us through this. We were just praying hard that day.
Right. So again, so when the first front end of the hurricane passed through, you say it wasn't as bad, right?
No, we were getting more or less like, let's say, that maybe that was the category 3 or category 4 winds. So
Uh-huh.
when we looked out, our house, it remained roof packed. The neighbor's house, everybody else. It's just one of the house in the area that lost the roof
Right.
when we looked out from where we were. And then we were there trying to, because some of the board came out, we boarded up the windows as well.
Mhm.
So some of the boards fell from the window. So my brother, himself and Basie, they went outside and they boarded up the areas where where it fell.
Right.
Um, when we looked out, all the houses, obviously, as I said, they were up. But when after the tail pass, as they would call it, it just whipped us. Blows, whip. Basically,
Wow.
the sun came out during the eye, and then came the tail part of it. When that came, it was a wind. We were looking outside. We couldn't see anything more than whiteness. And when the wind sort of subsided and we opened the door and we looked out and we saw our house flat, my sister house as well, my uncle house roof off, both neighbors' house, they were both flat. When we looked out, we just started bawling. We just started crying. And then, well, Basie and Franklin, they were like, stop crying, stop crying. Well, even Basie broke down himself. But they were like, my brother was, stop crying. That's material thing. Let's thank God for our life. God spared our life, and we have to be thankful for that. And, basically he was like counseling us, and we listened. And then we said, when we came out and we went around now, we walked down into Tongue area. And when we looked at Hillsborough, oh my God, it was like
Oh.
a dump it. So we went down there to get a tractor. So that my nephew was able to drive around, himself and his father, to try to clear out debris from the road.
Right.
But of course, that couldn't happen because I think we got a few machineries from Grenada, maybe like 4 or 5, plus the big trucks, and they're walking now.
Right.
And I drove through Hillsborough today where they have started, and I mean, I'm seeing a bit of improvement,
Right.
but it's going to take a while.
Yeah,
It's going to take a
absolutely.
while.
Absolutely. I want to go back to that moment, Rina, when before that, how long do you think that the eye lasted before the back end started to pick up again? Was it like about 20 minutes or half an hour, about that
Yeah,
time?
yeah, yes, 20 minutes to half an hour.
Right. So for 20 minutes, half an hour, the sky was blue. It was just calm, like a
The
regular
sun
like
came
a
out.
regular day. The sun came out just like a regular
Yeah,
day.
yes, yes. And
Wow.
I think that's what a lot of people saw, and they thought it was over, because I'm hearing reports that some people that got injured because when the eye was passing, they went out thinking it's gone, went out walking, visiting people, went down by the shops and stuff like that, and they got damages because. I mean, we've been trying to share information, as you know, Junior, you've been doing that as well, telling people the eye would pass over us, do not go outside. But obviously, some people didn't take it seriously, and others, they probably didn't get the information. So some people went out. So
Yes.
sad.
Yes. Yes. And exactly at about 11:30, I remember being on air at this point in time. Guys, if you guys sat with me on Monday last week, sat right here in this chair, and I'm saying right now, guys, at this point in time, the eye is above Carriacou. And I'm saying to everyone, if they could hear me, because I didn't know what the communication problem, like I say, guys, if anyone could hear me, please do not come out. This is deceiving. This is the eye passing over. You might see blue sky. Please stay indoors. Don't even stick your head out, because galvanize will cut out your head. I was giving all kind of messages to make people just stay indoors. And at about 11:30 thereabout, when that second part of the storm started coming, I said to my people, I said, listen, right now, Carriacou is getting a second beating like a bully. Like a first set of bully came and they slap you up, they kick you up, and that is the second end of it. That is just doing everything that the first bully did and probably even more. Catastrophic damage. So when you came out, Rina, after it was all said and done and you looked out, tell me what you saw.
Oh my God, total devastation. No trees, all the coconut trees, they were broken, big trees, really big trees. They were uprooted. And where I live, when I looked out, as I said, all the houses were destroyed. We started walking, we went around Bella area to make sure that some of the our neighbors were okay. Man, walking the road. I can't even express this thing, Junior. I can't even tell you what I saw, but it was terrible. I mean, it was bad. It was something that I never expected to see in my entire life. I mean, I look at movies, really bad movies,
Right.
and what I see in those movies is nothing to what I saw on that day. I never expected, even though I went through Ivan and I said to my siblings and everyone, make sure we pack, make sure we get stuff together, make sure we move on, make sure we do what we have to do. But no one in Carriacou, neither Petit Martinique, were able to prepare for such a catastrophic hurricane. They were all telling us, prepare, take heed. But trust me, no one could have prepared for what came there.
Yes.
It was bad.
What I also recognize, Rina, is like almost every single board house or board structure was flattened, completely obliterated. I saw a friend of mine. He has a restaurant there. I can't remember his name. Right in the tongue there. What's his name? He just built that Kashmir.
Kashmir.
Yes, Kashmir's restaurant. I saw a picture of that and I could not believe the destruction. It was just a space where that restaurant stand. Is that what you're seeing? Go ahead.
Listen, there are no wooden structures in Carriacou and Petit Martinique at the moment. And the concrete structures, the concrete houses, many of them, or as the Prime Minister said, 98% of them lost the roof. So that's what I'm telling you. So my house, it was part wooden and part concrete.
Right.
Even the concrete part fell. Part of the concrete part of our house fell apart. It's like gone. People been asking me, how are we coping, or how's the house, or did we get it bad? All I said to them, listen, what we have is a stage, bring a tent, bring some speaker box, and then we have Sokamona. Because I mean, if you go to say, okay, my house fell and whatever, I mean, you would break down. Because someone was telling me about a grandmother after the hurricane, and she came outside, she just collapsed and died. She couldn't take it. Wow. So now we're just trying to be optimistic and trying to cope day by day. And we know that the support has been great thus far, regionally, internationally, locally. I mean, you all there in the diaspora, and we are very hopeful and we are very thankful for what we have been seeing and what we have been getting. And as I've been saying to people in interviews that I've done before, even on BBC, right. The lady said she got my number on Google. She knew nothing about Carriacou, and I have said to them, if you have never done anything for Carriacou, Petit Martinique before, now is the time you have to do it. We all need each other. We need everyone out there support. The locals here, I know people have been saying that they need to get up and but it's hard. Janet came, but Emily came, and I'm sure that what how the people experience Janet is nothing to this. And even the people who experience Janet, most of them, they already died. So this is like a new generation here, and we have experienced something new to us. So it's hard mentally, psychologically, it's hard on people. We are thankful for the volunteers that are coming in to assist with us. Listen, imagine going out there to volunteer your time, volunteer your effort. And when you finish, you have nowhere to rest your head. I know there are many people who are volunteering and their house went. They are nowhere to rest their head. Some of them, they go to shelters. Obviously, some of them, they go by friends and families. But, these are people that should be trying to salvage what they could salvage and see if they could get a case of water at the house or something, foodstuff or something, just to cook or whatever. And they're out there for. Listen, we have to be thankful for what we are getting thus far. We are forever grateful.
Yes.
And we look forward to more assistance.
Yes. Rina, talk to us about, the people in Carriacou. Because on that same interview, we've seen people walking around and, they understand. They're saying, yes, they understand that the house fell, but they have a smile on their face. When you speak to them, right, did they really realize what really transpired? Is the shock really gotten to them as yet, or they're still just on a kind of they're not really feeling the reality as yet? What's your real take on it?
Listen, people are still in shock. I can speak of myself. I remember getting up this morning and I jumped out of the bed and I looked outside to see if I was dreaming. Because even though I go through day by day, I still think, to me, it's a dream. It's not reality. So I know a lot of people are still in shock. I can tell you that.
Yes. And we saw so many people in Carriacou on the street. They came out right after and they started to push things, we'll start to work, and people say, no, we'll rebuild, we'll get there. Kayaks are resilient people, I tell you that, right? And they're together. So I guess with that togetherness, it will go, you guys, everybody will come together and build faster. But how are you doing, Rina? How are you doing? Have you really taken it in? Have you spoken to anyone to try to get that? Because it could be a very bad psychological effect on you. Have you really dealt with that reality as yet?
I was thinking about, I'm not sure how many people are on Explore Caricom Pitch Mapping that is following your page, but I posted a video yesterday, and the reason why I shared that video is because I broke down. Because, as I said, we've been trying to get stuff together, wash and do what we can. And then came the rain again yesterday, and we had to be running out in the rain to get stuff, to hide stuff and put it where they cannot wet. And many of them went. And I realized yesterday I started getting the cold, started catching the flu, and the wet clothes on me. And it's like I didn't really have anything at that time to change. So it started having a toll on me. It's just painful, Junior, and I really don't want to just explain what's happening now because I may break down. But it's hard. And obviously there are a lot of people that is going through even more difficult situation than I am right now, because at least I have my brother whom I can go by, but some people, they don't have anyone and they have to be in a shelter. So still, I'm thanking God for my situation, because there are a lot who are going through worse, but it's hard.
Yeah. How has things been? Have you been getting stuff like clothes and food stuff? Have things been working? Has the chain been working from what you observe?
Yes, it has been working. I know that some people, they were complaining that they're not getting supply. And I've been saying, the people that are volunteering, NADMA, Red Cross, everyone, there are a limited amount of people as compared to, let's say, the 9,000 people we have here in Carriacou, about 1,000 in Petit Martinique. So these very few people, they're not going to reach families or reach everyone at the same time. Obviously, due to the devastation, a lot of roads are still blocked. I know that people are trying to clear the roads, the government, set up machineries and trucks and what have you. The government, I know that they're really, really trying the best, but everyone know, even the government minister, we are all at point zero and trying to just start from zero to return to normalcy. It is certainly going to take a while, but we are hopeful it's going to happen. My minister, Adrian Thomas, he was up. He came up on Saturday, volunteer this time. We went around visiting stakeholders yesterday, and I was like, Minister, what did you eat on Saturday? Because I know obviously food is very difficult to get right now. Because people, they're not cooking shops are not open, restaurants are not open. He said, girl, I came up with a sandwich. I ate that around 11 o'clock. And then the evening, like 5, 6 o'clock, I ate a pack of Cricks. And that was it.
Wow. Wow. We had some reports from Petit Martinique, guys. I want to play this thing back really quickly because there have been a lot of information and that have been circulating that is inaccurate. And the folks from Petit Martinique came out and spoke about the way forward and kind of set the record straight. Listen, this, we'll be right back.
Yeah. So good morning. We here as the NADMA Petit Martinique team, volunteers. Some of them came from Great Benita. Today's Sunday. We are here already. In fact, we are here since about 6:37 o'clock this morning as we prepare for distribution and prepare to get the day's work done. Our team, NADMA Petit Martinique, has decided to appoint Dawn Decoto, Mrs. Dawn Decoto, as our spokesperson. Yes? And she will be the person giving information from NADMA Petit Martinique to the world. So I want to introduce you to Dawn, Mrs. Dawn Decoto.
Good morning everybody, morning world. So we're here, Team Petit Martinique, NADMA Team Petit Martinique. So I just want to take this opportunity just to give the world an update as to where we are in regards to especially distribution, okay? So since Wednesday, we can say that distribution at aid has been distributed throughout the island. Yes, indeed we had some challenges initially, but especially in regards to our manpower. But where we are now, we can categorically say that our distribution has a far more effective flow. We have the distribution centre where citizens are coming and they're receiving their aid on a daily basis. We've also gone out and distributed to the community for those who are not mobile, and this will continue. Now we are organising to ensure that what we need to do, that we get a system in place that can enable us to put things in place for the short, medium and long term. Obviously we are still in the short term, so what we are doing now is coordinating our distribution centre that will open on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. That will enable us to regroup with the aid, store the aid down at the NADMA centre that we're using for storage. Aid is continually coming in, and as it continuously comes in, we are coordinated to obviously distribute it to the people. Yes, and that is our fundamental priority. Those that, may, as I said, it's very important team. Those that, are not mobile, we are out there distributing. So every household, I think we can say, comfortably has received aid and will continue to receive aid, yes? And so I think what we will do, we will give regular updates, probably on a daily basis, time permitting, if not every other day, and I think that's fundamentally important. But please guys, please continue to work with us, continue to support us, and continue to have us in your prayers, because we are in a desperate time, as you know, but we are trying as best as possible, and we are doing, we're patting each other on the back just to keep our morale and spirits up. So
that was the team there in Petit Martinique and talking about the progress there on the island. Rina, from your perspective, how is Petit Martinique, how did Petit Martinique spend, how they're doing right now?
The thing about it, I haven't been able to travel over to Petit Martinique as yet, because obviously there is a lot happening here that I need to get done. Trying to get aid of the Greater Tourism Authority. I just want to thank a special thank you to my minister, Minister Adrian Thomas, the CEO, the Special Roach, my chairperson, Mr. Dolan, and my manager, Mrs. Hoshalik, everyone at the Greater Tourism Authority who are very, very supportive to us as staff at this moment. So they've been sending supplies, and basically I've been trying to get it out to workers in Carriacou. I've been doing a lot here,
Yes.
even getting stuff to friends and relatives. So I've not been able to go over in Pittimatnik as yet. But what I heard is that Pittimatnik suffered really bad as well. Somebody told me maybe there are only 5 houses there. The people
Wow.
of Pittimatnik, I know they are one there. As we say, everyone in Pittimatnik related.
Yeah.
Obviously they would look out for each other and the aid would come, both from private and from the government as well. In Pittimatnik, might be easier to manage the fact that Pittimatnik is 586 acres of land. Obviously, the resources, personnel there is a lot smaller than we have in Carriacou and even in Grenada, but I know that they're getting aid to persons and they're getting things done. I've been following like from Maxon and Gary and other persons who have been updating via social media. Of course, it's challenging for them as well. And as we say, we're gonna make it.
Yeah, man. We gonna make it. We all in this together.
Yeah.
Rina, I want to give you the commitment of first the diaspora community. I know last Saturday we were at a location there on Nostrand Avenue, and we were mobilizing people and effort to come and support Carriacou and Pittimatnik in these times. And of course, we're not forgetting St. Patrick, St. Mark, and any part of Grenada that's affected by this hurricane. And the amount of people that came out, and brought small items, big items, people came out and just support. I'm saying, listen, if we continue with this type of effort, we would ensure that everyone in Carriacou and Pittimatnik get consistent meal. No one should go hungry with all the effort. Not only what's coming in from the diaspora, we have stuff coming in from from Guyana, from Trinidad and Tobago, and around the Caribbean. So I want you to rest assured and let the people in Carriacou know that everyone is paying attention, everyone is properly engaged, and will continue to help. Based on what you've seen on the ground, Rina, what is it that Carriacou need at this point in time? Where could we focus our energy and items? What do we need to get?
I think maybe tents because many of the houses were demolished.
Right.
I think there is an urgent need for tent. Obviously water because yesterday when I went to NADMA, they were asking me if I can put some information out there that the water finished and they were running on water and we need water this moment. So people, water, tents, obviously grocery items, dry food, tin supplies, detergent, laundry detergents, mosquito nets, because I've been saying to people, because of this, I know that a lot of water are stagnant in different areas, and we already seen it. There's a lot of mosquitoes around. So we need like repellents, we need insecticides and mosquito nets and all these things. We want to say thank you to everyone out there in the diaspora. I am saying it on behalf of Carriacou and Pittimatnik at this moment. We want to express our sincerest gratitude to each and every one of you that have been assisting thus far, supporting thus far in one way or the other. We are forever grateful. I know that some people have been saying that we are getting a lot of food stuff and we have stuff. The thing about it, we know that this would be a long-term thing. So even though we have food stuff now that is obviously being shared, but what about maybe a month from now?
Yes.
So it's never too much. It's never too much.
Yeah, as my friend Cecil Belfont said, this is a marathon, not a sprint. We have to be committed. Yes. We have to be committed for the long haul. Yeah.
Yes. One of the ladies that came in today from OECS, she said to me, Hurricane Maria in Dominica, it took them more than a year to even try to get back on their feet. And she said that what she's seen here, it wasn't even as bad as what took place in Dominica. She said she heard about it, she saw about it, and International aid will come because basically she had to go back, do a report now. She came to assess the damage, do a report. So they said the aid will come, but it will obviously take a while.
Yes, yes. And talking about aid, we'd like to thank
Mhm.
Jennifer Myers. Jennifer quickly reached out to us. Jennifer assisted. We had a preparedness campaign where, in assisting some people to get ready for the hurricane, we did send on some monies so that people could get some cash to go to the grocery store. And we did, in fact, also
Nice.
shortly after, we were able to mobilize some efforts to get some care package to folks there that in mostly in need. But again, this is not a one-time thing. This is something, a commitment that
No.
we have to make for the long
Hmm.
term.
Hmm.
For the long
Yeah.
term. So I'd like
Yes.
to thank
Yes.
Jennifer for her
Yes.
assistance. Jennifer, thank you so much. She has donated
Mhm.
and continue to donate. There are people right now that's watching and they're asking, how could I make a difference? Well, listen, guys, this is your opportunity. If you want to give cash, right, you could just go to this site right here, pay.gov.gd. Now, this goes straight to the government, right? This goes directly to the assistance to NAGMA and that needs the fund, that need the finances, the cash, so they could purchase items for Carriacou. So you could go to the website, pay.gov.gd. That's pay.gov.gd. In the week, this week, we are going to have a I Pledge campaign, which we're going to try to mobilize to get people to donate. Guys, even if it's $5, $10, $15, $100, whatever you can afford, please donate to pay.gov.gd. There are many GoFundMe campaigns, but this one we know that it's a legit campaign. It's pay.gov.gd. You could go to the website tonight and make that donation. Rina, I wanna thank you so much for coming on, right? But before I let you go, I want you to talk about some of the areas that you noticed that are some of the most hard hit areas. Because I know a lot of people concerned about Dover. They heard about the school. They heard about by 6 Road area there, 16 Corners area. They're speaking about different areas. But just give us a synopsis of some of the most heavily hit areas and some of the areas that you noticed that didn't get touched that bad. If there is such a thing, if there is anything on the island that didn't get touched as bad, give us a rundown as to the hardest hit areas on the island.
Junior, the hardest hit areas in Carriacou or Pitimanik are Carriacou and
The
Pitimanik.
entire place.
Listen, the entire place. For those who follow the hurricane, it passed to the south of Carriacou, just under Carriacou. So you know when a system passes to the south, then you to the north will get the hardest part of the system. The fact that it passed over Carriacou. The thing about it, because Carriacou and Pitimatic, we are small, we are directly exposed to the Atlantic winds, we are directly exposed to the sea. So driving through Carriacou and Pitimatic, Carriacou and Pitimatic were hit hard. In the
Wow.
area of Trio, where there is a tourism belt, many of
Yes.
the boats that were on the oyster bed lost their masses. Even the big boats, I see they went up in the road.
Uh-huh.
All the restaurants, because many of the restaurants in the Trio area are wooden structure. They're
Yes.
all flat. Driving into the port area, the entire welcome center lost roof. Bay Marina, Carriacou Marine Limited, which are the two mariners in Carriacou. Most of the yachts there lost a mast, so they tumbled to the side. The oyster bed, it was severely affected. Coming to Lestier, Lauriston, Hillsborough, Montreal.
Wow.
I went throughout Carriacou,
Uh-huh.
and there weren't any village that was spared. I
Wow.
think on NISL, there is a place called NISL. I'm seeing like 5, 6 houses there. But when you drive through a village, if either the wooden houses totally fell apart or the concrete houses, the roof went, and the few that remain, like the concrete roof houses, or some people how they build it galvanized, elevated so that the wind won't trap below. Those houses, the glass windows popped, so they got water damage. Every
Wow.
single house in Carriacou and Pitimatic was affected. Even the antenna for cable and wireless,
Yeah.
the tower in Montreal, that fell flat. Many of the
Wow.
boats, I know for a fact, I don't know when we're going to have a festival, even a regatta festival. Uh,
Yeah, we losing Rina there, understandably that she is still in Carriacou and The connection there is a little bit sketchy, but it's important that we get this message out and tell these stories, guys, so that it would mobilize people to continue to support Carriacou and Petit Martinique in these trying times. But listen, guys, we're not forgetting the folks in St. Patrick. We're not forgetting the folks that got damage in St. Mark. And we're not forgetting anyone in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique at all. Our commitment is to ensure that we continue to help. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon, and we're in for the marathon, for the long haul. Rina, you back?
Yes, I'm back. I'm
Right.
back.
Yes.
Basically, I was saying, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, we were severely devastated. Today, I went down on the airport as well and driving into the airport area where the fan came up in the road. So it seems like all the fan were removed from, let's say, the Esplanade area, Sandy Island area, and everything was just deposited in the road leading to the airport. The airport's building, the roof totally went. The machinery to scan persons to board the flight that was severely damaged. So they'll have to get a new one. Listen, Carriacou and Petit Martinique devastated.
The whole place.
We are thankful to
No
God
place
for
spared.
sparing. No. We at this moment we are basically thanking God for sparing our lives, because with such a devastation and there were minimal deaths, I think I only heard of 2 during the hurricane. God spared our lives, and that is something to be thankful for.
Absolutely. We want to reach out and encourage. Rina, you could do it. You did it best earlier today. I want you to do it again. Reach out to the people that's watching to help and continue mobilize support for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Go ahead and speak to the audience about why they should mobilize and why they should continue to support.
Listen to those of you out there who's viewing this, who is looking at this. If you have never done anything for Carriacou or Petit Martinique before, now is the time to do so. Please tell your friend, tell your family, please, we are in urgent need of help. And as Junior said, it is not a sprint. It would be a long-term something. Yes, we need foodstuff. We need everything now. And then later on, we would have to rebuild. And that is another process again. We are in need of your help. I am begging, I am pleading to each and every one of you out there. Carriacou and Petit Martinique, we are known as the cradle of culture. Everyone would have traveled here before to experience our sceneries for rest and relaxation, enjoy the culture during the festivals and everything like that. But basically, at this moment, we are in need of your help. We're in need of your urgent help. And I am begging and I am pleading. Please help us.
Absolutely. I would be in the background with Basie there.
Yes, he's here.
Yeah, let me talk to him.
Come say hi.
Come say hi.
Junior, my boy, what's going on?
My boy Basie. Yo, thank you for all the work that you guys been doing. Explore Carriacou. This is you guys are basically furnishing me with the information, because I made the conscious decision to mobilize support from New York for the next couple of days until I make my way down to Carriacou. So I'm not on the ground as yet because I have to be here to do this. But you guys been my eyes and my ears in Carriacou, and I appreciate that.
Cheers, and hats off to you for keeping the people there going and letting them know exactly what's going on. As Rina mentioned, when you get here, we telling you, it's just we telling you.
Right.
When you get here, when anybody else get here, it will be a complete different scenario.
Right. I mean, we can't even imagine, basically. Can't even imagine.
Yeah. Total devastation. That's why I tell everybody, total devastation. No one was spared. As Rina says, if your roof didn't go or your walls didn't fall down, your windows or doors are popped and you have water damages.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to be in Grenada this week. I'll be in Carriacou by Friday. And I want to come there and be there for myself and continue to ask for the assistance. And we will continue to do everything that we could do to mobilize the support for Carriacou, not just on this program, but every program to come we'll continue to keep the message out there to keep people donating, assisting for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And you guys continue to do what you're doing on Explore Carriacou. You have a wide audience. You're reaching a lot of people as well. And I know you're going to continue to keep the message out there for assistance for the beautiful isle. As I say, Carriacou is amazing. My home, as I call it. It's a place that I love.
Petit Martinique is blazing.
Petit Martinique is blazing. Thank you, Basie. Thank you, Rina, for all the things that you guys have been doing, and continue. I'll see you guys next week, and continue to do my part in assisting, because we all are on the front line. Thanks again, guys.
Come with a strong heart.
Yeah, just make sure you have your checkup before you come down.
Yeah.
And that's another thing we have to encourage people that coming home, especially homeowners that's living abroad. Now, when you come, listen, as my grandma would say, burn your belly. Ooh. Because you just, like, I could give an example. My cousin just left to go to England, and when I told him his house, you know, he couldn't believe. So he's on a flight on Saturday coming back, and you know, you come in to see it. You come in here. I mean, we Country Boy sang a song that say, "Come and see for yourself." That song has to stand out. You know, you have to come and see for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And just imagine you left your property and you go away, and then Hurricane Beryl come and just mash it flat. When you come back, you have to burn your belly. Burn your belly.
Build their houses.
Yeah. And the thing is, new houses that just finished like what, week or two ago.
Wow.
I would say. Yeah. Beryl just eat that up. So folks out there, you're hearing this, listen, just burn your belly when you're getting into Carriacou and Petit Martinique in the near future to see what Beryl have done.
Well, I'm gonna be on the island to work, So guys, put me to work. I'm gonna have all my bikes, all my vans, whatever I could bring there in Carriacou to assist. Everything, I'll bring everything, every piece of communication, everything we have to help. So I'm not coming there to watch. I'm coming there to work.
No, and that's what we are encouraging people. I mean, yeah, everybody wants to come, and the government, the ministry, NADMA has done great in limiting the amount of people coming in just to do a vlog or to do a video or to take pictures and go back.
Right.
Yeah. You come in here now, you have to come to take up galvanized, take up nailing board, you know, help a family to wash some clothes. You know, you're coming to work, you're coming to help. You're not coming to piece about and drive about sightseeing.
Right.
Now is not the time for that. Yeah, you're coming to lend a hand willingly and genuinely. So we encourage you to come, yeah. But don't just come just for the likes.
Right.
And the TikTok and the Facebook and everything, but you're coming to lend a hand. Yes. When you come, before you leave, you should be saying, well, I wonder where Basie lives. Or I know Basie mother, or she lives in 6 years. Let me go and help she wash some clothes or bring something for she, you know? I'm using that as an example because everybody is stretched thin right now.
Right. Thank you, guys. I'll be there. And I'll...
Junior?
Yes? Yeah.
Before you wrap up, I just want you to use your program. A lot of people are obviously, because people are displaced the hurricane, we do not have any internet connection. We do not have any electricity. So many people cannot contact their loved ones in the diaspora. Mm-hmm. So many people have been trying to contact us, asking about their family members. But obviously, because many people were displaced, we don't know where they are. And many people, we don't know them as well. So we cannot know who they are or where they are unless we go to the community and ask for them. So I just want persons to know that your family members are okay. It's just that because we do not have electricity to charge a phone, we do not have any connection at this moment. That's the reason why they weren't able to contact you. As old people say, no news is good news. If something had happened to them, then you would have been contacted already. So I just want people to rest assured and not worry too much that probably their family member died during the hurricane. So if you can use your program to educate persons, to inform persons that don't worry too much. In Carriacou, we know each other. We are each other's keeper. We are trying our best to keep them informed and the family members are okay. Please assist us in doing that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rina. Thank you so much,
You're
Lacey.
welcome.
And you guys stay safe. I'll see you guys next week, and we're gonna put the pedal to the metal.
Cheers, Junior. See you in a bit, man.
Carriacou is amazing. Yeah, thank
Cheers,
you.
man.
Yeah, man. So, guys, you could check out Rina and BC and the guys over there at Explore Carriacou on Facebook to get more information. They post it every time. Like the page, follow the page for more information on what's there. And they made a very, very valid point. For the people who want to go to Carriacou, make sure that you go into Carriacou, not for the likes, not to just get video and come back or take a photo and come back, right? Because you are stretching the resources thin. And that's why they said that, if you don't have to come to Carriacou at this point in time, don't come to Carriacou. Because when you go to Carriacou, you have to drink water. And the same water you're drinking could go to someone who really needs it. And not to say you wouldn't need it, but you don't necessarily need to be there if you just come in there to take some pictures or just a sightseeing. This is not the time to go sightseeing in Carriacou. There will be a time when we say come to Carriacou and spend money and support. Now is definitely not the time. And I understand the approach when it was said that, don't come to Carriacou right now. If you have to send up some stuff, send it up and let it get sorted. Or not sorted, but let your family member pick it up at the port instead of traveling to Carriacou. God forbid something happen and nail gets stuck in your foot or something you have to use needed medical facility to tend to you when there are limited amount of medical supplies on the island. Yeah, thanks to the Samaritan Purse who came in with an airplane, and now I saw that there's a makeshift hospital by the mini stadium, which is great, right? Because we all know that the hospital was severely damaged. The roof, it's chaos because that hospital, I said just a couple weeks ago that my team at Ride Along, we were going to make a major donation to the hospital. That's before the hurricane. Because we were in Carriacou 2 months before the hurricane. We went up there on a excursion ride, and we had a small accident. It wasn't a major accident. One of our riders fell, right? And she damaged herself. And the speed in which this ambulance came and the professionalism of the staff in that hospital, the doctor, the nurses, I said to myself, listen, my commitment is to do whatever I can to help the folks in that hospital. Yes, we had to fly one of our riders, the rider that fell on the bike. She's doing well, but that is because a testament to how the team in Carriacou, the hospital team, they work and how effective they was. So I have personal feeling towards that hospital because I told the doctor, I said, Doc, I appreciate what you did. I appreciate how quickly you worked. I appreciate the entire team and how they were able to facilitate for our rider who got into this accident. So I'm committed to do whatever I can, financially, whatever means, ways that we could do it. I'm committed to ensure that we help Carriacou and Petit Martinique rise again. And I hope you are thinking about the same thing. It might be, you might feel like, you don't have much, but I could guarantee you what you have is probably 100 times more than anyone in Carriacou and Petit Martinique right now. Right now, if it drizzle, people getting flooded in their homes. Yes, there are people who are getting tarpaulin and put over their house and stuff like that, but this is a process until, everyone at least get and start to build and start to put back on their roof. Think about this psychological effect. Think about 1 minute you have everything that you work for 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years to accumulate. And in 30 minutes, you just lost everything. You lost your home. You lost your business. You lost everything. These are the psychological effects that people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique have to go through right now. And we can begin to imagine and think about your community, how your community is just completely destroyed. People are displaced. It's just a sad, sad, sad reality. I really feel it for the people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So we're going to continue to sound the alarm. We're going to continue to be on the front line of help in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and I will continue to use this platform to mobilize support for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And for everyone in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, you know the love is real. You know the love is real. All right? Thank you so much. Guys, again, if you want to donate, you could go to pay.gov.gd. All right, let me put the link right there. That's the link. You can do that from anywhere. Pay.gov.gd. You can make your donation direct. Pay.gov.gd. And they say Carriacou and Petit Martinique will rise again. And guys, listen. You have so much help. You have so much assistance. You have people from Aruba, Grenadians in England, Grenadians here in the New York City area, Canada, Jerry Hopkins and the crew in Canada doing so much. Everybody's doing their piece. So all hands on deck. We're going to make sure that Carriacou rebuild and rebuild stronger. That's what we're talking about. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Guys, and if you want to donate, we're going to direct all the resources to NAGMA, all right? All the resources to NAGMA. They're going to receive all the resources in Grenada. They're going to package it, sort it, and send it up to Carriacou. Because you just imagine this, right? There are limited resources in Carriacou, and the people there a lot of them are homeless. A lot of the people in Carriacou, they are homeless. So you don't expect to send all these containers and expect the same people who are homeless to sort and go out and deliver the items. So it makes sense. You send the stuff to Grenada. It gets sorted in Grenada, where there are a surplus of people who are on the ground, who are, they have a roof over their head, they had lunch, they had breakfast, they're living with their family. They're in a better position to help sort as volunteers in Grenada, send up the sorted items to Carriacou, so Carriacou just deal with distribution. And I think that makes a lot of sense. If you don't have to go to Carriacou right now, please don't go. Nothing political about it, guys. And I want to reach out to the people who are spreading this political propaganda and just creating more chaos than there needs to be. The only people that's benefiting from this political back and forth about how, this person in the political party get in and this one don't get in, that is total chaos. And that is silly. That is stupid, right? That don't make sense. Stop pushing that negative agenda. Now is not the time for politics. It is the time to rebuild and bring the community together. So don't get bogged down with the political talk about this person getting because they're politically this and they're politically inclined. If you want to help and support the people in your neighborhood, you should volunteer. So you become the point person for your area. Go to the NAGMA sorting facility in Carriacou, get the stuff and bring it to the people in your neighborhood. That's what you do when you're proactive. Not just sit there and spread propaganda. Oh, I don't get it because I affiliate with this party. Forget about politics. At this point, it's about rebuilding and making sure that nobody goes hungry. Bottom line, ensuring that nobody goes hungry at the end of the day. Stop with the political BS. And for the people who spread this political agenda, now is not the time for that. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
What What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money.
Yeah, guys, as you know, that Ride Along is committed to the cause. And we are planning to do more. We are going to be announcing our official campaign to hype up and to get people inspired to give and continue to give. Later this week, we're going to be announcing a campaign that we'll be doing. But we're fully engaged, guys. Our team, we have the Ride Excursion, which we have our e-bikes, and those e-bikes would be used in Carriacou, or whether it's a team that needs to get to areas that is remote and may not be able to be reached by cars or trucks or vans. The bikes could reach there. So we are mobilizing our efforts and all of our technology to assist in every way possible. And guys, if you have an idea of how you can help, you probably could, go ahead and contact NAGMA, but you could play your part in rebuilding Carriacou. Carriacou to rise again. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Catch you guys again tomorrow.
Pick yourself up with Ride Rent a e-bike today and take advantage of the smartest and coolest way to get around. Rental starting for only $30 per hour and less than $100 EC per day. Zip through traffic, save money, and look awesome doing it. Check us out at the Esplanade Mall today. Visit us online at ridersebike.com or give us a call at 473-422-1011. Your wallet and the planet will thank you. Ride Rent a e-bike.
Riders Excursion and Tours Weekly e-bike rides. Gather your family and friends for an unforgettable ride through stunning landscapes. Book your adventure today at ridersebike.com or call 473-422-1011. Don't miss out. Let's ride.